the hell with it. It's more realistic.
Gee, I'm like a fool in the Sonic car.
That thing went, I think it was an SM20. Ba-ba-boom. Oh, dear. I think it was me, you, Bumps, and Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the next meeting, we'll say, hey, well, it's all the time or whatever, but I'm out of that. But, yeah, it's gonna be the whole smoke.
Oh, boy. Unbelievable.
I still think I'm hearing RF on his audio. N1MJF, I'm back.
There's a little bit of RF coming in with Steve.
Yeah, I set up my little YouTube stream, so, you know, I don't know, his email is not on his QRZ page, so don't know how I'd be able to share the link with him, but if he goes to YouTube and just searches my call sign, he'll stumble upon a video with his call sign in it, and, you know, he'll be able to hear how he sounds from my receiver here.
Oh, he don't have a computer, Matt.
Does he have a phone?
Yeah, he's got Steve's got a flip phone.
Oh, okay. So then, no YouTube video for him. But anyway, it'll be there. If you see, you know, see him in person or whatever, you'll be able to play it back to him.
Yeah, let me go back on my other radio. In the main shack. I don't know. Anyway. I don't hear call in. Maybe I'll put the monitors on. But I don't hear myself.
Yeah, it definitely sounds more RF related because it's only on your peaks. If you're talking softer, it sounds fine. So it seems like the more RF power, the more kind of warbly it's sounding, at least to me. I mean, are you hearing any of that, Frank? You could probably copy him better. I just don't know, you know, if you're using the, you know, the speaker in the radio. I have you know, monitors that I'm listening to it on.
Yeah, when his voice gets loud, it does get a little, not distorted, but yeah. Yep, when he speaks softer, it's much better. Yeah, for some reason, it's getting loud.
Yeah, lower the mic gain, Frank.
Yeah, go ahead. Did you lower it?
Yeah, I already lowered it. It's at, it's on the clock.
Okay, yep. That's a little bit better, Steven. Not 100%. But it's better.
Yeah, I agree. There's still a little bit of that left, but I don't know. For some reason, I think it sounds a little more RF related to me.
His radio's kind of still okay.
So it sounds like it's there again, Matt.
Yeah, it sounds RF related. Like there's some RF leakage getting into his audio.
N1LEO is back.
Hello, wow. What's cooking?
I'm on QRZ now. I mean QTH. I'm on QTH now in the classifies.
Must have 700 HF radios. I don't know about amplifiers.
Oh, they got one of those brand new Mercury Lux amps for sale, right on the first page.
I'm back on the stock mic. I don't want to hear that RF stuff again over all night, so I'm back on the stock mic.
Oh, that sounds real good, Steve.
Yeah, maybe something wrong with the MC60. I'll put it with my other one in the closet.
Yeah, you sound much better on a stock mic. Do you agree, Matt?
Oh yeah, that's like night and day difference. But I don't know if I doubled with Al, but on QTH, you see right on page 1, on my screen, it's like the listing down, and there's a brand new Mercury Lux there, up for grabs.
I see it for sale, Mercury Lux, 1.5K, but 4,000. I don't know. My question is why is he selling a brand new Mercury Lux?
A lot of them are selling them because they got put on the list a year ago and then ended up buying another amp in the meantime, and then they don't pull themselves off the list. They either keep it as a backup or just want to, they know that they can flip it easy.
You know what's weird? It's funny that you say that. You know what's weird? I put myself on the list thinking the same thing. Well, if I buy something else and that comes in, I could probably flip it and flip it for what I pay for it.
It's exactly right. I mean, the amp, and you really got to mess up bad. And let me tell you, I've had some antenna failures while I was transmitting with a kilowatt, and it just goes right into protect. No issues. You know, it saves itself. The only thing, like I said, is if you really overdrive the input. But I mean, if your radio can limit the power, then that's not an issue. Another one to keep on your list, if you're just looking for a bulletproof, top-notch amp, they're massively expensive new. But if you could find one of the Alpha, like 9500 used, that'll probably be somewhere in the same price. And I mean, those have an 8877 tube in them.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through everything. I'm looking at everything right now. Let me ask you a question, though. How have you ever bought anything off of here? I mean, how do you find the people doing business on this site?
So I've actually bought more ham equipment off of QTH than any other place. Most recently, I bought my Palstar AT Auto tuner off of it, which that was over $1,000. And a couple of years ago, I bought a mint, new in box SGC SG500 Power Cube amp, and that was right about the same dime.
Roger. I'm starting to scroll through here. There's a lot of amps on here, not for nothing. I didn't even think about looking here. I'm sorry. You know what I think you should do? I think you should buy that Lux amp and sell me the Mercury 3 that you have now.
Oh no, if I buy anything for amp, it's actually going to be, and I've already been looking at it, essentially cloning my Mercury 3, but in a 12-volt application to use in my mobile. My mobile right now, even though I have the SG500, it's not the right amp for me because the radio that I'm using in my mobile, which is the radio that I preferred, was the ICOM 705, and that just doesn't have the power to really drive the SG500. So of course, using an LD MOS in the vehicle, I'm going to have to deal with stepping up the voltage. But that's not all that hard anymore. We have some, with all these solar systems and people doing battery backups, there's actually quite a few 12 to 54 volt boost converters on the market now.
What are you running for an antenna in the car?
I have the Scorpion 80 to 10 meter screwdriver antenna. It's about the biggest and beefiest one you can get. currently I run it on a rear hitch mount that I put together myself, but I'm actually have a full steel front bumper that I'm going to be putting on to be able to mount it on the front bumper as well.
Roger. I'll have to see that someday.
Yeah, I'm kind of hard to miss when it's on there. There's one or two photos on QRZ if you scroll down there, but through Facebook Messenger I'll send you a little album of my install there.
Frankie, where you going?
Steven wants to check a mic out. He's having trouble with his MC60 and he wants to try a stock mic out.
Well, do it right here so we can all give him our opinion.
Yeah, okay. Pick it up, Steve. The stock mic sounds better than the MC60.
Yeah. Hi, Alan. N1LEO. Well, I did have the MC60 hooked up to it, and then all of a sudden Matt and Frank told me I got a little bit of RF, so okay. So I put the stock mic on, and then when I had the MC60 on there, I lowered the mic gain just so it doesn't have RF issues.
Yeah, you sound good now, right, Al? You can hear Steve?
Yeah, and I do not hear any RF.
Yeah, not now. He's got the stock mic on. But when he had the desk mic on, the M60 was getting it big time.
Roger.
No, the stock mic is fine.
Yeah, I don't mind the stock mic, for nighttime operations anyway.
Hey, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Matt, that Mercury you was telling me, it's almost indestructible unless you run a lot of power. I think you said you could melt it in like 15 seconds if you excite it with 100 watts.
Oh, less than that. That'll be instant death. But as long as you keep it under about 40 watts. But I mean, honestly, 20 watts in the thing gives you the full 1300 out, so there's no reason.
Roger. Yup.
But you don't have to worry about band selection. You don't have to worry about if it's compatible with this radio or that radio. All it needs is push to talk and coax. You can manually select the bands on the front of the thing, but I've never done it once. I just leave it on auto. If I switch bands, it switches it as soon as I key up and it detects it.
Yeah, well,
hey, what's the Alpha 89? What do you know about that?
Well, like all Alpha amps, they're top notch. I mean, my favorite Alpha is the 9500. Always has been. I don't know. I have a thing for all the LED displays. For some reason, I think the LED displays are the best you can get for anything like that because they move faster than a needle, they react faster than an LCD or even an OLED screen.
Yeah, it looks like this has LCD display. I don't know why this amp is so cheap. 1,500 watts, and he wants 2,500 for it. That sounds awfully cheap for an Alpha amp.
Yeah, and that's got the LED display as well. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. That seems a little maybe too good to be true.
I agree.
Well, how do you protect yourself? By paying through PayPal? I mean, how do you protect yourself for not buying a dud?
Yes, PayPal, but you have to make sure you do services, which they will take 8% or 7%. But what I usually tell people is that I'm willing to even pay that extra 8% extra to absorb that fee for them to be able to use goods and services.
Roger.
And what does that do? I remember at one time there was a thing with PayPal where they will hold the money. You send the money to PayPal is the other person and tells them, yep, we have the money in the account, the person ships. When you receive it, you notify PayPal, yep, I received it, and they release the money. Are they still doing anything like that, or are they doing something different, or they're not doing anything?
So that is the goods and services. And whenever you're sending money to an email address, it asks you, are you sending it friends and family or goods and services? Anyone who's looking to rip you off will force you to do friends and family because that gives them the money and there's no recourse that you can take to get it back. That's basically you donating them the money. Goods and services means that this was a financial transaction for a good, and now if you don't get it, you can pull that. The PayPal can pull that money back. So as long as you buy it that way, you're usually safe. As for the Alpha 89, I just looked it up on eHam Reviews, and it looks like brand new. That one was about $4,000, so that was one of their lower model. But it seems to get really good reviews. It's got 5 stars, or 4.9 stars out of 35 reviews.
Maybe I'll do a little research on that one. The only thing I like stuff new, shiny, you know what I'm saying? This one looked, not to say the amp don't work fine, but the case looks a little beyond my liking.
Yeah, I see the picture there on the QTH forum for that one.
Yeah, it looks like it's been, you know, a little beat on. Not, but the Alphas, you could beat on them. Frankie, whatever happened to the Alpha amp that Gary had? That beautiful. Gary had the best Alpha amp made. Or it was tube, but it was auto tune. You hit the tune button and you watch your plate and load knobs just turn with stepper motors. And this thing was, I mean, you could key up the mic and on CW and put a brick on it and walk away.
That's the 9500.
The 9500. What happened to that, Steve? Frank, do you know?
I don't know. Is that the amp he had in the cellar on the pallet?
No, that's the one he had upstairs in the living room.
Oh, I don't know. He had 2 PW1 for the ICOM. They both shit the bed. He had a big one in the cellar. I forgot what the hell you call it. About 4 feet high on a wooden pallet.
Mr. Collins.
Was it a Collins or was that a Henry?
Throw it out. I don't know if Steve knows.
Nah, it was a Collins.
Okay, yep.
But no, I know he did have an Alpha amp too, and I think it was the 9500. Those things at the time were like 10 grand new.
He had a high power. I think he had 2 Alphas. Oh my God, you never met Gary, did you?
Yeah, I went to his house a couple times. I knew Gary for a long time, even back in the old Chicken Band days.
He has so much equipment, and that guy got it all. Not him, bought all that equipment for pennies on the dollar.
He had a nice Mark V with the transverter for 6 meters too.
No, him and I used to talk a lot about audiophile gear too. Him and I were, we saw eye to eye on audio stuff, outside of the ham stuff.
N1LEO, you still out there, Steve? I think Steve went to bed.
Really? Steve, you there? Maybe he's playing with other mics. Yeah, me and Gabby used to talk about audio. He was into the music. I was a little more into the, I'm into the music too, but I was a little more into the surround sound and the theater and stuff, but we both ended up buying the same amps. He went with different speakers than me, but I could have talked him into buying my speakers.
Yeah, I've been doing audio for a long time, outside, in music. Big into that. Always have, almost always have some music playing. Well, you'll see that in the photo album I just sent you for my SUV. That's half ham, half audio install.
Roger, where'd you send it?
I just sent it to a Facebook message.
I'll check it out. Yeah, my only problem with my audio is my wife.
No, my wife tends to enjoy it too. As long as she gets to play some of her music on it too, she's happy.
Who's that?
Oh, I guess I don't share that problem. As long as my wife's able to play some of her music on it, she seems to be pretty happy with it.
Yeah, no, I thought I heard someone else break in. Is there another station?
No, I thought it was Dave trying to get in, but it ain't.
You heard it though, right, Frank?
N1EOK. You out there, Dave? N1EOK, KB1AWZ.
No, there's someone about 2 kilohertz up.
Oh, okay.
Nope, now they're 3 kilohertz up.
Park 2 kilohertz up when the whole entire band is empty.
I don't know.
Al, you complaining about me?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not sure you're on frequency, but go ahead.
Yeah, Al, this is Al. KB1AWZ. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, but I don't think you're quite on frequency. We're on 465.
Is that you, Al?
It is.
That's me. I don't know who that is. 120.465. What I'm looking at here. Is that on frequency though?
Wow. That's, he ran into Smokey. You ran into Smokey about a month ago.
No, I didn't hear that. Who was
Down the
talking to
gas
me?
station, Speedway. Is that HIR? Hotel India Romeo?
Yeah, this is HIR.
Yeah, Hotel India Romeo. That's you, Al.
Radio.
I don't know. I can't understand him.
No, I thought it was off frequency, but I think it may be something else.
I think it's HIR. He's into music heavily. He's a disc jockey.
Hey, give me a second. I'm going to try a different radio. Give me a second. I'm going to try a different radio. Be back in a minute.
Yeah, you got something going on. Go ahead. No, that's Frank. I think that's Al, the disc jockey. Yeah, no, my problem with my wife is she doesn't like bass. And the music is fine, but when I'm watching a movie or something like that, it drives her nuts. And of course, I had to go around to every picture hanging on the wall downstairs and put Velcro behind them all. And then I still got a rattle that's driving me insane. I just figured it out. It's a porcelain cross she has hanging up. So I got to fix that. But she doesn't mind the music. It's when I'm watching a movie that drives her crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, I guess, understandable. A lot more subharmonic stuff there. And, yeah, things in the house tend to go mobile. I have that issue here. I got about 3 kilowatts RMS going to the subs in the living room. So, yeah, I know that I feel that pain, too. I think that other station, Owl, was breaking in again. Over to them. This is N1MJF in the group.
I don't hear nothing, Matt.
Nope, me neither. I heard that they were going to switch radios, and I saw a tune-up, but nothing after the tune-up tone.
Hey, Matt, what did you think was wrong with his audio? It sounded like he was clipping. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it had a lot of spurs, not spurs, but, you know, on the audio peaks, it was going past the filter, like, abruptly. So either way too much audio drive or RF, or it kind of sounded similar to the way Steve's audio sounded for a short time when he had the MC60 on.
Yeah, I was going to mention this, Steve. I knew someone who was getting RF from an MC60, and all it was, the mic was unscrewed. The cable from where it plugs into the mic was unscrewed, and somehow that was, for some reason, don't ask me how, letting RF get into the cable. And as soon as they tightened that up, it went away, if that makes any sense.
Makes perfect sense, because that's what connects the shield that protects it from RF exposure to ground.
Oh, is that part of the shield? Because, yeah, well, no, I guess it would be part of the shield, because once the screw's up tight enough, it hits that metal and pulls it back. So, yeah, I mean, that could have been Steve's problem. He took off too soon.
No, I'm still there. You know, with the stock mic. N1LEO.
Steve, did you check the MC60 and make sure the back of it was screwed on tight?
Yeah, it's on tight.
All right, that's not the problem then.
Yeah, it still could be a break or a bad connection in the connector itself, something like that. Whatever that other station was breaking in, I think they went up to 28,480, because I see someone looks like they're testing something up there now.
I started looking, but that's on in my scope. I got to wire in the scope to see that.
Yep, the same intensity tune signal keeps popping up there. I don't know, maybe they'll come back. Hey, well, if they're out listening, maybe we can help you figure out the issue. I didn't get the whole call sign, but I do remember it did end in HIR.
Well, if that's it, that's Al. The disc jockey, right, Al?
Roger.
Oh my God, that's awful, huh? Steve, do you remember Al?
What's the call sign?
I think it's N1HIR, Hotel India Romeo.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think he lives. Where does he live? Does he live in Coventry, Alan?
He used to live in Coventry. I don't know if he's still there.
I don't know where the hell he is. Yeah, he knew Bucco too. He knew EGS.
Yeah, he stopped by the EMA last summer field day.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. Well, I haven't seen him in a while. Smokey saw him down at a gas station about 4 weeks ago. Smokey had a jacket on that said amateur radio, and he said, "Are you a ham operator?" Smokey said, "Yeah," and they started bullshitting. And Smokey said, "Oh, I know Frank." And I couldn't figure out who it was. Then I found out it was Al, HIR.
Roger, no Mercury trees. There's that one, $4,000. I don't know if I want to spend. Well, I was getting close to spending almost that much on a ACOM, so I don't know. It's a lot of money to spend on QTH, but I don't know. 8%. What's that? That's another 80, 160. Yeah, it's probably worth spending the 8% to do that.
Buy a tube for the 80B. Use that till a deal comes up.
I will, Frank, but you don't understand. The 80B is not a new toy to play with. It's an old toy.
Peter, ZXG sold his 80B and he bought a Mercury. Remember, Matt?
Yep. Yeah, I put that together. Took me about 45 minutes to solder it all together and, get it all up and testing.
That's right. He bought it when they weren't FCC approved.
That is correct. And believe it or not, those are the better ones because, they're not limited by certain bands or anything like that.
Roger.
Roger.
Steven, the stock mic sounds good on that radio.
Al, can you hear me any better now? KB1AWZ.
Yeah, I can understand you now, but you really got audio problems with whatever you're running. But I can you soften it down enough where I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm on the older radio here. The TS50, I haven't run it for a while. So there's some stuff going on with it here. But,
You sound like a robot.
you're really sure we're here tonight.
Yeah, it's really getting bad again. Do you got another mic you can put on that radio?
Yeah, give me a few minutes, okay? Let me try something.
Yeah, try swapping mics. What you say, Frankie? Sounds like a robot.
You sound like a robot to me, but one of my hearing aids is broke. N1LEO, you still out there, Steve?
Yep, go ahead. N1LEO.
Yeah, the stock mic sounds good. That M60, there's a problem with it.
Yeah, I'll put it with my other collections over here in the closet.
you want me to give it to Charlie, Charlie will probably fix it.
Nah, that's fine. So, guys, I'm going to phone and catch you later. N1LEO.
All right, Steve. Yep. Talk to you tomorrow, Stephen. KB1AWZ.
Hey, good hearing from you, Steve. Have a great night. N1MJF.
See you later, Steve. 70 trees. N1LEO.
I still have this YouTube stream running. I was going to stop it, but I'm keeping it running just in case that other station, Al, comes back. I'll share it with them, then they can hear how, they sound, maybe even use it for troubleshooting in real time. That's actually one of the most useful things about this whole streaming thing.
He's probably still looking for another mic.
Yeah, that sounded horrible. If that was RF, he really had some RF problems.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell one from the other, whether it's just way too much mic drive or even a failed mic element. But that very well could have been a bunch of RF getting in for sure.
Well, I think I'm going to pull the plug. I got a lot going on tomorrow, so I want to get to bed early. Because lately, ever since I started going back to work, I normally leave my house around 10 or 7, and I can be at work at 7:30. But I just started driving and going back to work, and I'm finding out 10 or 7 don't get me to work till like 10 of 8. Having to go over that bridge in East Providence, so I gotta readjust what time I get up in the morning. I'll talk to you guys later on. 70 trees and N1LEO.
All right, Al. Yep. Stay out of the rain tomorrow. Yeah, the bridge is a pain in the ass. Have a good night, Al. KB1AWZ.
yeah, for sure. That bridge is a nightmare now. Holy crap. Now they said it may be down for years like that. That's even worse. So I don't envy that commute in any bit. I actually feel quite bad hearing that you have to make it every day. But with that, I hope you have yourself a great evening and try to make the best. Hope you have a good soundtrack for the commute anyway. And yeah, I'm probably going to shut down myself here. Getting kind of tired myself. And I don't know. 'Tis the hump day. So got to get over this middle of the week hump. But good hearing you and everyone else. And hope you all have a great night.
Okay, Matt. Nice hearing you, Matt. You take care. KB1AWZ. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to shut down and go upstairs. So have a great night. KB1AWZ clear.
See you too. N1MJF, QRT.